Hey everyone, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I have been waiting to film this video for you until I had a clear idea of what my plan is going to be for 2022. So with that being said, we all know that the upcoming year is very unpredictable, so these plans can change. But as of today, the middle of November, this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna share with you in this video also what planner I'm gonna use and why I decided to go with that planner. But before we get into that, I wanna show you what I do every single year, regardless of the planner I'm using, I have used, and the ones that I see online that I want to use. So I always sit down and just brainstorm my 2022 planner setup. No, it's not my setup. My 2022 like planner system. And based on that, I make my choice of what planner and system I'm going to use. So I'm going to share with you right now the 6 questions that I asked myself this year, and I'm going to show you what I answered. And then I'm going to reveal to you what planner I'm going to use, and we are going to unbox it and go through it together. And I will also show you how I plan to use each section. Okay, so first off, let's all agree that whatever planner we choose, it has to be a personal choice. It can't be influenced by Instagram or social media, and it has to be something that will serve us. So with that being said, these are the 6 questions that I asked myself this year. The first one, what are my goals for 2022? So here I've answered them, and I've had time, to myself to kind of look back on this year and look back on things that I see coming up in 2022, and these are the goals that I came up with. These goals are also what goes into my vision board. So I did print out these pictures, and these are the ones that I'm gonna use in my vision board, but I'm actually gonna print them in matte just because I don't like the glossy ones, at least not for my planner. And I need to shrink them because I will show you when I reveal my planner that they don't fit. They're too big. But that is the first thing that I do. I look and see what I want my goals for the upcoming year to be. So here you have, you see here that I have added grow my prayer life and relationship with God. So that is why I have a photo of a Bible. All these photos are stock photos or someone else's photos from Pinterest, so I can't really credit the person who took these pictures, but you can find a ton of things on Pinterest. So the first and foremost, the most important thing that I want to accomplish this year is to really just dive in to my relationship with God and not be scared of prayer, because if I'm being honest, prayer sometimes to me seems something so foreign that I really want to cut away and get rid of all the distraction in my life and just really focus on my personal relationship with God and with prayer. So that is my number one goal for 2022. So, with all this, I do need to keep all this in mind when choosing my planner and my planning system. So next I have take cooking classes. So here I have a picture of, stuff for cooking. And if I'm being honest, and if you've been around here for a while, you know that I don't cook, that I am blessed with a husband who loves to cook, and he is the cook in our family. But just having something that is so important for our day-to-day, life, for my family, and just a skill that needs to be utilized every day, I really don't like having that as a crutch. And if I'm being honest, I'm terrified of the kitchen. I walk in there and I don't know, I just get a mental block and I don't know what to do. So that is something that I've been adding every year to my goals. And this is the year. 2022 will be the year that I learn to cook. Okay. Then I have plan out hands-on activities in our homeschooling. And the reason why I added this is that because, 2020 threw us all for a loop. It definitely threw my homeschooling style, my way of teaching my kids. A few of the things that I loved about homeschooling were taken away due to the pandemic. So I want to regain control of that again. Hence why I also have the word control, because I want to regain control of certain things in my life, but also relinquish control to God of other things that I have no control over. So I do want to be more intentional with the activities that I plan in our homeschool. So I do need to add hands-on activities. We haven't done a lot of them due to the pandemic and just due to the fact that, as crazy as it seems, at least for me, I'm still trying to get a grip of this new way of life and this new way of homeschooling. So this is one of my goals for 2022. Then I have pay off at least 75% of our debt, eliminate my addiction and the boys' addictions to electronics. So here is the photo that I've chosen for homeschooling. Here's the one that I chose for our finances. And here is the one that I chose for this, eliminate my addiction and the boys' to our electronics. And again, I do think that a lot of this, at least for me, is kind of it trickles from the 2020 year that we had. And my boys are definitely addicted to their screens. I see that. That is something that weighs heavy on my heart. I did not realize the moment that I did that to them, and they're 6 and 11, so they're young. And for me, just creating in them an addictive personality at such a young age is not something that I want to do. So that is one of my biggest convictions when it comes to this. And I know that in order for me to do that, it needs to start with me. So ideally, I would like all four of us, so my husband, my boys, and I, to just really be not addicted to our screens. But my husband is a grown man. He is in control of his own life, so I can't really add that to my list. I can control what my boys do, so I'm just hoping and praying that by working on myself first, it'll trickle to my boys, and then it'll trickle to my husband. And by the end of 2022, we will use our phones and social media the way that it was intended to be used when it was first created, to be a tool and not to be something that really dictates our actions and our behavior. So that is something else that I'm really focusing on this year, is really eliminating my addiction to my phone, to social media, and to devices in general. And then last but not least, I want to go to Europe. So 2022, I'm gonna be turning 40, and both my husband and I have lived and visited Europe in separate occasions before we even met. But I really want to go back to Europe and just experience everything that Europe is with him. So that is what I'm hoping. And if you can hear quietly, if you're hearing typing, that's him. So I hope he's paying attention. So number 6, I want to visit Europe with Andres. Okay, moving on. I answered also some other questions that I ask myself are, what worked in 2021? And the main thing that worked for me is that I fell in love with minimal and functional planning. So I absolutely loved it. I loved all the functional stickers that are available out there in the planning community, and it just works really well with my style of planning. It doesn't take up a lot of my time. It allows me to really put down my plans and then add a little bit of flair with the beautiful stickers that we have out there and keep moving and keep working on my plans. So that is something that worked for me, and that is something that I'm really going to bring into 2022 and you know, use in my 2022 planner and planning system. So what didn't work? Well, unfortunately, as much as I love how ring planners look on social media, on Instagram, on my feed, and I love the aesthetics of it, it really didn't work. I did start off the year with an A5 Stardust ring planner. I used it for a little bit. I also used an A6 for my planning system at the beginning, and I still have the A6 planner just because I will use rings in my purse, but I did film a very simple ring planner setup. I will link it below so you can see. So my ring planner setup for 2022 won't be something that is considered in my head a planner. It will just have monthly, month on one page layouts and then notes pages. So that is how rings works for me. So even though I say that rings didn't work for me, it still has its appeal in a certain aspect of my life. But when it comes to like my planner that will have everything, it really didn't work. The flexibility of it was just too overwhelming to me. All the beautiful inserts that we have out there, all the dashboards, the accessories, just everything that comes with setting up a ring planner, it really was overwhelming and it didn't work. So I do like the aesthetics of it. It just practically, it wasn't for me. So I know that I won't be using rings as a planner. Okay, so next I have, what stationery do I own? So I also wanted to really look at the stuff that I already have and use it. You know, we all, if we're here, if you're watching my channel, I know that we are all love and are suckers for beautiful stationery. So it's really easy to just accumulate all the stuff and never use it. So I really, you know, I've been working for years on that, and I'm hoping that 2022 will be the year that I'm able to use what I have. And that is one of the things that really influenced my decision to choose the planner that I'm choosing for 2022. And that is that, you know, I looked at my stationery collection, and I just have to say that, you know, I've been blessed this year with being part of some really great PR teams, and I have been blessed by the shop owners because they have been so generous and gifted me so many of their beautiful stationery and stickers. So I really want to honor that, and I really want to be able to use those things in my planner. So initially I was thinking of doing bullet journaling for 2022. But that really shifted when I saw everything that I had from, you know, Paper Panda, Papery Planning, Sterling Ink, Paper Minty Studio, and Sweet Caress. And I just really want to use their things. And for me, it didn't really fit what I was using bullet journaling for and what I want a bullet journal to look like. So that is something that influenced my decision when choosing my planner, that I want to use the stationery that I already have and not really buy more things in 2022. Okay, and last but not least, second to last, what will my color scheme be? So I always do this. I always choose a couple of my favorite stickers and color scheme, and I just lay them out, because I do like my planner to be cohesive and to just, you know, flow. So this is my color scheme for the year. It's gonna be, you know, it's pretty similar to my color scheme of my Instagram, just because that's what my planner looks like. So these stickers are the cool tone stickers from Sweet Caress, and they just go really well with my style and what I want my planner to look like. So this is my color scheme. And then last but not least, how will my planner serve me? Okay, you guys, so this is something that I've really thought long and hard on, and you know, I'm gonna be very honest with you here. For the most part, because I share my planner and my planning on Instagram, you know, I sometimes have thoughts that really don't serve me. Like, you know, I can't write this in my planner because I need to show it on Instagram. We don't need to show anything on Instagram. You know, I can't use this planner because the people who follow me are here because I use X, Y, and Z planner. You know, what else? Oh, I really like this, but it doesn't go with my feed. So all those things are things that, at least for me, are in my head, and that is part of, you know, getting rid of that addiction up here. Those are things that are in my head that I do not want to have. I really want to use a planner that serves me and not Instagram. You know, as much as I love this community, I love you guys, I appreciate you guys being here, I really want to take control over that aspect in my life. Again, focus word for the year, control. I want to take control of that so I am able to just show up here for you guys better and not, you know, out of, you know, just something that I'm doing to please an imaginary idea that I have of what I need to, you know, show to you guys. I hope that little spiel made sense, but that's what I meant when I wrote here, how will it serve me? So by answering this question, I went back to my goals and I made sure that the planner that I had will actually help me live intentionally and accomplish these goals. So, okay, without further ado, let me reveal to you the planner that I'm gonna be using for 2022. And I don't want this video to be too long, so I will film another video. That way you guys can take a little break and come back. I will film another video showing you how I will use that planner. But without further ado, let me show you what I'm gonna be using for 2022. So Paper Panda, Emma, and her husband released recently a Paper Panda bundle, a planner, and this is their second planner. So I'm just gonna show you quickly what the outside of it looks, and if you want to see the inside and what I'm gonna use it, stay tuned because that is the next video coming up. Okay, so what I'm gonna be using is the Paper Panda notepad, and this is in the color sage green. It's a beautiful linen notepad with thick paper. Don't worry, I will give you all the details in my next video. So I will be using this for to-do lists. So sometimes I have like super quick like to-do lists to jot down so I don't feel overwhelmed, and this is what I'm going to be using that for. Then I will also be using the beautiful journal. So this also was part of the bundle. So this is the journal. And let me show you the planner. Okay, you guys. When I saw this planner in person, I knew that I wanted to use it. So this is also the Sage Green 2022 planner. And this is what I'm going to be using. It is beautiful. I already wrote inside with stickies what I'm going to be using it for, and I will share that with you. So if you want to see how I'm going to be using the 2022 Paper Panda as my planner, stay tuned because that is the video that is coming up next. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I can't wait to catch you on my next video. Have a great day. Bye.